very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the first edition of Sports Tonight for the week. It's a Monday night, and there's a lot to talk about. Of course, issues around domestic football, around domestic sports, issues on the international scene, a whole lot of interesting stuff to deal with this week. Of course, you remember Tuesday, Wednesday, there'll be UEFA Champions League games to enjoy. There will be Europa League games on Thursday. And for us in Africa, Thursday is a very significant day because the General Assembly of the Confederation of African Football will be electing their president. Will it be Issa Hayatou staying on for the 8th term, or are we going to be having a new president of the Confederation of African Football on Thursday? Those are issues we will try to talk about on Sports Tonight this Monday. But I'd like to start off the show tonight by saying thank you to you for allowing us into your homes, and also promise you that for the next 50 minutes plus that we bring in this show to you, we'll make sure it's worth your while. We'll make sure you enjoy every bit of it. Let me introduce to you my partners on the program tonight. They're going to be with me for the first and the second part of the show. The third part of the show, we're expecting that Yemi Adebayo will be around with us. But let me welcome Toby Adepoju to the show. Toby, good to have you on Sports Tonight. Yep. A lot of interesting things happened over the weekend, particularly around our football. I'm sure we'll be having a good time on the show.
Yeah, my pleasure to be here. I mean, like you said, amazing weekend. Plateau United Academy still keeping that pace on the top. MFM, we saw them pick a point on Saturday away from home. And I mean, 8 games produced 20 goals and, 2 draws. And, it was also a brilliant moment for 6 home teams. So, I mean, it was a weekend that filled with goals. And, the log is gradually, shaping up. And it's looking as if, the Honos are really, taking the space and taking the pace up. And it gets more interesting. And we can just hope, this will get interesting to match day 38.
All right, that's the final day. Final match day 38. It's still a long way off, but then with the way things have been swinging at the top, it looks like this could be one of the most competitive, unpredictable season we'll have. But usually when it gets to the crunch, the final weeks, somehow water finds its own level. Onye Wuchiwajuku is also on the show tonight. Onye Wuchi is the news editor of Sporting Life, is also a member of the Nigerian Football Federation Football Development Committee. That's one of the most powerful committees in Nigerian football. So Onye, we are always happy to have him with us on days like this. Onye, good to have you with us on Sports Tonight.
Always a pleasure to you.
Of course, we're looking forward to a fantastic week. A lot of exciting things coming up. We will also, on the program tonight, of course, look back at the things that happened over the weekend for Nigerian clubs on the continent. It was a story of one success, one failure. But we'll talk about it extensively as we go on the show as well. But let us start off by telling you how you can be part of what we're doing on the program tonight by means of feedback. I know that as we speak, a massive game is going on, so there could be a need for you to get updated. But we'll talk about it in a couple of minutes. You can give us your thoughts. You can react to issues as we discuss them on the program tonight. Give us your own ideas. The platforms for feedback are showing on your screen on Facebook and Twitter. All right, so please try to engage with us. Keep track of all that we're doing and send your thoughts across to us using those platforms showing on your screen. On Facebook, on Twitter, those handles, those addresses are going to be very, very useful. Let's also tell you that you can keep track of all our top stories and all our shows on www.channelstv.com as well as on youtube.com/channelsweb. You could click on m.channelstv.com to watch us on your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry. Stay connected, of course, to your home for the news. And it gets even better if you download the Channels app for Android, iOS, Windows from their respective stores. That's the perfect place for you to be. Channels at your fingertips. And of course, you can also enjoy all that Channels has got to offer you. All right, so that's one of the things that we will be doing on the program tonight. So as you do all of this, don't forget that you can tell us where your thoughts, your comments are coming from, so that we can appreciate you so much for all of those on the program tonight. Let's start off very quickly by taking you to Stamford Bridge and tell you that the live game, FA Cup, the last FA Cup quarter-final match is going on as we speak. After this game, the draw for the semi-finals will be made in the FA Cup. But let's just quickly tell you, the FA Cup semi-final is on. Chelsea against Manchester United. We've played 19 going to 20 minutes of football already. It is Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. All right, goalless at the Stamford Bridge. So that's how it is. As we go on the show tonight, we will, of course, be telling you about it. Once there's a change, once a goal is scored, or there's anything around the game, you can be sure that we'll be giving you all of those updates on the program tonight. But guys, very quickly, let's start off on that note. The last FA Cup game, quarterfinal game is going on already. Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool. Yeah. Oh, Liverpool played the FA Cup. Are they still in the FA Cup?
No. They're
so,
not.
But Chelsea, Arsenal, beg your pardon, are through 5-0. Tottenham Hotspur, 6-0 winners.
Over
Millwall, yeah. And then we're waiting for this one to complete it, and then the fixtures will be made. Yeah,
fantastic arrangement. I mean, you know, the FA Cup is always, you know, an opportunity for some of these lowly rated clubs to get to this level, but sometimes, you know, they get beaten. I think for Lincoln, they got that tag of giant killers, but their run came to an end when they played Arsenal. Arsenal, you know, fired up. You know, they're already wounded out of the Champions League. They needed to, you know, win the confidence of the fans back, and they did it in style. So
the other game I was trying to talk about is City beating Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
City beating Middlesbrough. Yeah. That's the one I've been trying to remember. Liverpool have been knocked out by Wolves.
Yes, and Kelechi Iheanacho scored. I mean, played in 2 minutes in that game. Towards the end came in for Sergio Aguero. Today's game, you know, a lot at stake. You want to look at Manchester United, injury plagued, card. Their main man, their talisman is out. Talking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Last night, the news broke that about 2 players were already out injured, but hopefully for them, Mkhitaryan recovered on time and is on the lineup. So let's see how it goes. You know, these 2 teams have a lot, you know, to fight for, and it could go that way.
It's looking like we're going to be having the most competitive
FA Cup
in recent times, because when you look at the teams in the top 4 of the league, the top 5, almost everybody is getting some representation. Chelsea are playing United now for replacing in the semi-final. City in the top 4 beat Middlesbrough. Arsenal also beat Lincoln 5-0. Tottenham Hotspur, who are also in the top 4, beat Millwall 6-0. So it's looking like this time the top teams are in. The giant killers are out. The real top seeds are the one left in the competition. So whatever draw they come up with for the semi-finals, they're going to be having 2 big, explosive semi-final games. And you can be sure that the final will also be as explosive.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it hasn't been like this for a while in the FA Cup, you know. With due respect, the smaller teams always find their way to the last 4. But this time around, it was a different one. You know, the big guys, you know, came to party with a hay game, and you know, they held through almost into the last 4. Is it that Chelsea or United in the last 4 makes it very big, and you know, makes it very, very interesting, and it tells us, you know, semi-final feature will be very, very big at Wembley, and then, you know, going forward to the final game also. I mean, it is the oldest title in England or in the world, so to speak, and you know, everyone really wants to win. For Conte, maybe it might be a double. For Jose Mourinho, it might be another, you know, a trophy for him at United, and also for Arsenal, who has had, you know, in quote, you know, not really a good season. It might be something they can use, you know, to console their fans. So I mean, it's definitely going to be an interesting FA Cup, you know, in 2017.